Next up on Better Know Your Bootlicker, I'm very excited to present to you a very special specimen of the bootlicker species. This bootlicker is called the white-breasted nippler, and just like you may suspect, it gets its name from the predominantly white breast and these fabulously elongated nipple protrusions on its chest. Aside from the elongated nipples, you can identify this bootlicker from its smell profile, which will be beef tallow, elk meat, some cigar smoke, little bit of whiskey, and that sticky icky. This bootlicker can be found migrating from California to Texas and is currently found at a crappy comedy club in Austin that he bought himself. Some interesting fact about these nipple-like protrusions on the bootlicker's chest, they're not nipples at all. In fact, they extend down into the chest cavity and connect to the lungs. And they act as sort of snorkels for this bootlicker, allowing it to stay fully submerged in its ice bath for much longer. Along with that, it allows the bootlicker continuous bootlicking because it's able to breathe from its nipples. Another interesting fact about the nipple-like protrusions on this bootlicker, they actually grow every time this bootlicker hears a conspiracy theory. So judging from the length on these nipples here, I would have to say that this bootlicker just heard that the earth is flat and that the moon landing never happened. Now, on a much more sober note, I must warn you that this bootlicker needs to be taken extremely seriously. And that is because this bootlicker possesses the ability called the siren's call. Now, what that is when this bootlicker is heard by other dormant bootlickers, it will activate them. And according to my calculations, this bootlicker is one of the chief causes of the current bootlicker infestation we are experiencing in this country right now. And just something that I find personally interesting about this bootlicker is that this bootlicker has fuck you money, and yet he still licks boot for the love of the game. Next up on Better Know Your Bootlicker, we have an example of
Grape.
Chameleontis. Translated from Latin, that is the
Grape.
chameleon, or the grifting hippie bootlicker. Now, this bootlicker originates from the UK, migrated to the US around the early 2000s, and has since migrated back to the UK and can be found outside of a courtroom. This bootlicker's call is denying
Grape.
allegations. However, it's very difficult to hear over all of them.
Grape.
This bootlicker is a very interesting case of metamorphosis, which is very similar to phenotypic plasticity, which I covered in a previous video. However, metamorphosis, the changes to the organism, or bootlicker rather, are permanent, like on a cellular level, like the DNA has changed. And you can notice this bootlicker's metamorphic change as it makes its rightward shift politically. So it will start with MAGA and it will end with evangelical Christianity. Now, some safety precautions should you encounter this bootlicker in public. Well, if you live in America, I would say keep that thing on you. If you live in Europe or UK, I would say walk in pairs, a grape whistle, pepper spray, knives, and good running shoes in case you got to hoof it. Next up on Better Know Your Bootlicker, we have an example of fascia plastica, translated from Latin, that is the plastic-faced bootlicker. And as the name suggests, this bootlicker gets its name because of all the plastic surgeries it's had to look this bad. Don't start simping for her now. I know what this bootlicker looks like on the outside, but trust me, this bitch is rotten on the inside. This bootlicker has previously been located in the great state of South Dakota at the governor's mansion, as well as a rock quarry where she puts down beloved family pets. This bootlicker's call will be stretching the very definition of irony when she says things like, protesters and members of Congress at an ICE facility beat up cops, and that's a really big deal, and we need to take that seriously, while not giving a shit about all of the toothless bootlickers that were at January 6th beating up cops and killed a couple of them. Safety precautions. Should you encounter this bootlicker in public, you treat her like a dog in a rock quarry in South Dakota. Next up on Better Know Your Bootlicker, we will be examining a bootlicker that goes by many names. Scam Blondie, the Bleach Bitch, the Litigator of Lies, the Revoker of Rights, the Deleter of Due Process, the Con Council, or, as is more commonly known, Pam Bondi. This bootlicker has been previously located in the great state of Florida as an AG wasting Florida state tax dollars and has since migrated to DC, where she is now the United States Attorney General and wasting federal tax dollars. This bootlicker presents as a run-of-the-mill red wine bootlicker, so you need to use either her call or some behaviors to identify it. Her call will be a mixture of statements that remove rights from citizens and non-citizens alike, as well as statements to end corruption while dumping stocks and making millions of dollars. Some behaviors to identify this bootlicker by: they will drop prosecutions against fellow bootlickers, they will open bogus prosecutions against political rivals, and they will attempt to allow federal agents to enter your home without a warrant as long as they suspect you of being a gang member. Some safety precautions should you encounter this bootlicker in public. Well, I'll just let her tell you. Thank you for watching the video. If you found it informative, please like, share, and follow. My name is Sergeant Pants, and I'm on a mission to document these bootlickers. If you find any rare turds out in the wild, please tag them below so I can put them under the microscope. Remember, people, the bootlickers are out there, and you better know about it.